We have to hear them though.
I know, but it's will rub against the shirt. We're doing all the time. How's practice? I know the beginning of the week, it was still kind of new and fresh, and everybody was real pepped up and talking about what happened and what they wanted to happen. What's practice like now?
Practice is back to itself. The guys were a little bit disappointed and sad about the loss and everything, but Coach Saban, he's picked us up a lot about it, and we moved on, and we're focusing on Ole Miss now.
Tell me what you see when you see Ole Miss on film.
I see that they like to blitz a lot. They're going to play us man on the outside and perimeters and stuff, and we got to take advantage of that this week.
We're doing a feature on Michael Williams. In high school, he played on both sides of the ball as defensive end and tight end. How special is that, and how do you think that helps him on the field?
I think it's really special because playing both sides of the ball, you know what the guy in front of you is going to be doing, and vice versa when you're on the other side of the ball. I played both sides in high school, and it helped me out a lot playing receiver and free safety, so I can only imagine how much it helps him out.
Coach Saban talked about before this South Carolina game that the game would define you. Obviously, you probably didn't think you would go in there and lose the game, but has it defined you in a different kind of way that's still a good thing?
Yeah, I kind of feel like that loss was not needed, but it only made our team stronger. Guys, after the game or whatever, you can just see it in guys' faces that they didn't want to have that ever again. So I feel like we're going to just come out like we haven't before. Guys are more hungry now.
Good to go? Thanks. There's.
Josh, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Just talk about how hungry you guys are. I know that it's not your opponent, it's what kind of, playing Alabama football. But after what happened last week, where is the team, where's the mindset of the team going this game?
The mindset of the team right now is going back doing the little things, right? Like defense-wise, making tackles, staying on sides, like all the penalties. Just going back doing the fundamental thing that we learned in camp in the spring. That's one thing we kind of got lazy doing.
Coach Saban talked about this game before the game. He talked about defining you guys. Obviously, nobody knew you'd go in there and lose the ball game. Do you think it did define you in a roundabout way, and is it a good thing?
The thing about the game last, that's over with. We have to look forward now. We like to go on and doing the little things, right? That's one thing that we wasn't doing. Like practice habits. One thing we got to get our practice habits back the way they're supposed to be. Our guys running to the ball, finishing on plays.
When you look at Ole Miss on tape, what do you see?
They're a great team. They physical, like old Ole Miss football. They like to run the ball at you, and they try to smash them out and try to dominate you up front. They have a great back, and he runs the ball hard.
How tough has it been this week to try to defend option football? Because you guys haven't seen a lot of it up to this point.
Defending the option, it comes down to basically doing your job. Everybody has a responsibility. Whether you got the pitch man, you got the quarterback, or whether you just knocking the guys back.
In high school, Michael Williams played both sides of the ball as defensive end and tight end. How neat is that someone can play both sides of the ball, and how tough do you think that is, and how did it prepare him for Alabama?
Mike Williams, he's a great player. You don't really see bad things out of Mike. He goes out every day and practice hard, and he plays tight end. He plays a lot of special teams. And one thing Mike does is he gonna do his job.
Was it good for this team to this week to get back to those fundamentals, the tackling, just relearning it?
Yeah, it's one thing that we've been doing, but people kind of got lackadaisical doing the little things. Something that we got to do every day on a constant basis.
Yeah.
Good.
Is everybody ready? Yeah. Can you just talk to us about what the psyche, the feeling, the attitude the team is right now versus where it was on Monday?
Definitely. We've had to move on from the loss, but at the same time, we want to remember the way it felt. A lot of guys hadn't experienced really what that felt like in a long time or ever, for some of the younger guys. So it's really a taste that we're remembering, but at the same time, not dwelling on it. And, we're moving on. And I think as a result, we've had a few really good practices this week and really have been working really hard.
We were joking the other day around here about the legend of Julio Jones. I mean, the kid is like, you could do like an operation, thing of all the places he's been hurt, and yet he still plays, and he's such a warrior out there. That's ridiculous.
He is. He's a tremendous competitor, and I really just think everybody on the team really respects him for that. Just the way he does come out to work every day, and we know that he does have a lot of issues ailing him, but he always just seems a way to find a way to play in the games and not just play, but to excel and play well. So I think that's something that the guys on the team recognize and really respect.
And Barrett, you just talked about getting back to just the fundamentals of tackling and everything, going back to like the day one in camp and how much that has helped you guys this week.
Right. It definitely helped us. We just kind of have gone back to really just trying to play a physical brand of football. And I think that's something we've really been emphasizing this week, is just going back to wanting to be a team that opponents don't want to face. And so that's been our goal this week, just to work hard to become that team.
I asked some of the other guys. Coach Saban said last week that he thought that the South Carolina game was going to define you. And obviously, you didn't think that you were going to get the loss there. But do you think in a weird sort of way that it's pulled you guys together or made you hungrier or anything like that?
Definitely. I definitely think it's made us hungrier because, like I said, that's a very bitter taste, losing us. And I don't think anyone around here likes to lose. And I think a lot of guys have kind of forgotten how that felt to lose. And some of the guys have never ever experienced it. So I definitely think it's really just caused us to refocus and kind of come together as a team. And the leaders on the team have really kind of stepped up and spoken up and said, "Hey guys, this is not something we want to experience again." So we need to work hard to make sure this happens. And we know that we still control our destiny in the SEC, and so that's our goal right now, is to win the SEC.
I know what you're probably going to say because everybody else has said this, because you guys all seem to know the process. But there has been some bulletin board material that has come out of Ole Miss, and one of the players over there said, "Oh, they've been exposed. We have the blueprint on how to beat them now." Does it motivate you, affect you? You don't even notice it, ignore it?
We're really not worried about that kind of stuff. We just focus on doing what we do.
We're doing a feature on Michael Williams. Can you talk about how you've seen him progress
Definitely.
from last year to this year?
Yeah, Mike's a guy who came in my class as a defensive end, and we played there for a while and then switched to tight end. So he's had an interesting journey, but Mike is a great guy who really has all the talent in the world, and who really has done a great job of stepping up and filling that Y, or what we call the Y, is the tight down the line of scrimmage role. He's done a great job, I guess, filling Colin Peake's boy from last year, and has just really improved in every way. He's become a threat as a receiver also, as well as improving in blocking.
You mentioned the defensive end. You also played tight end and defensive end in high school. How much do you think that prepared him for playing at Alabama?
Well, I don't think high school really prepared any of us that much for playing at Alabama. It's a whole different ballgame once you get up here, but the coaches do a great job of preparing us once we get here, luckily.
Hey Barrett, their defense caused you guys a lot of problems when you guys got inside the red zone. They're pretty physical. What do you expect for them this year? You see them?
I think that's something that we've definitely put emphasis on this week, as well as all year, is to score touchdowns when we get to the red zone. So, I think we're really just more worried about us more than them, just because we know that if we execute correctly in the red zone, then we will score touchdowns.
Are they a physical defense that you've seen on film?
They're definitely a physical defense. They have an extremely talented defense.
Talk a little about McCullough, how he's mixed in this week.
Yeah, Alfred's done a great job of stepping up and really filling that role that DJ's out, obviously. I think one thing that's really underrated is how difficult it is to go from the left side to the right side, and just mentally switching everything around in your mind. I was talking earlier about just every call you hear now, you have to, it means the opposite thing, and just for a while that can be confusing. I think we've worked a lot this week on communication and just starting to kind of get that natural cohesion that comes along with playing beside each other for a while, and I think he's been doing a great job so far.
That's good.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.